Marvel's What If was a show that altered the story of the MCU. Some of its stories were received positively, while others not so much. But now that What If is over, I'm gonna be ranking them in terms of how enjoyable they were and did I ask for this? Because we all know my opinion only matters. I'm gonna do this in a span of 5 minutes or less. As a starting point for the show Marvel What If, I think it was good introducing a new Captain America, or should I say Captain Carter. It was good. Her fighting the monster at the end, Steve Rogers becoming the Hydra Stomper was good. Second episode deserves S tier. It was peak. T'Challa was able to turn the Mad Titan into a peaceful man. The fight between the Grandmaster and T'Challa was perfect. Episode 3 was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It really showed how Hank Pym was able to destroy the Avengers before it even began. He was such a strong opponent that Nick Fury had to get help from Loki in order to defeat him. What I noticed in this too was that Hank was wearing the yellow jacket suit. I don't know, but it was incredible. I like this. The only person who survived in this was Captain America and Captain Marvel if you count her, but I don't. Episode 4 was fun. If Doctor Strange really grinded on the magic side of Marvel, he could easily become the most powerfulest person in the entire MCU. Out of all these episodes, he was the best. This was the best episode out of the whole What If series. There's more, of course, but this is one of the few. It's also seeing multiple deaths of her girlfriend was really tragic. This was peak. Episode. This episode was peak. The zombies episode is not a direct copy from the comics, but as an MCU version of the zombies, it was good. The only thing that I have a problem with this is why was that this Janet acquired the quantum virus? Why didn't our MCU Janet receive this virus? Is it just a rare virus or something like that? I don't know. This episode was still good in my opinion. I'm gonna get hate for this, but I really didn't enjoy the Killmonger episode. I didn't like it. I know it's some people's favorite, but I didn't enjoy it. The only thing I could remember from this episode was Killmonger going to war with Wakanda with the help of the US Army, playing both sides. Now that I think about it, it was good twist episode, but it was boring in my opinion, and I think it's boring, so it's boring. The Thor episode was interesting. The Avengers wouldn't happen because Loki wouldn't be fighting with Thor. They would be bros. I got nothing else to say. I thought it was still good. I'm a big Thor fan, but I don't know about this episode. I really didn't like it. What If Ultron won was an interesting episode because the only survivors in this were just Black Widow and Hawkeye. The other Avengers died. Ultron was able to defeat, I'm assuming, 5 of the Avengers: Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Captain Marvel, the Noble Corps, and he was beating up the Watcher. Interesting episode. Really signified that he was a big threat. Now, the final episode for this season, I thought it was an A tier. It was good. It was a good conclusion. Bringing all the heroes together for this episode was good. The twist of Killmonger wanting the stone and that you can't kill these stones with another device from a different universe. The Nebula episode, I didn't like it at all. I don't remember anything that happened. Moving on. Peter Quill was a big threat in this episode. I liked it. The new lineup, or should I say the old lineup for the Avengers, was pretty good. You had different, just members. You had Ant-Man, Bill, that Captain Marvel character, Winter Soldier, and Thor. That was a pretty good roster. And defeating Ego like that, simple, amazing. This was a Christmas special. There's nothing interesting other than Happy turning into the Hulk. Or should I say like the Pink Hulk? But other than that, nothing else happened. It was a Christmas episode. The Iron Man Sakaar episode, it's a great concept. Like, what if Iron Man didn't get out in time? Good episode. Nebula went to attack Iron Man, failed, but Iron Man ended up changing her mind, and they both to kill Thanos. I completely forgot to mention about the transformation from the suit to his car was good. What if Steve Rogers was the Hydro Stomper? This is another episode where I don't remember what happened. I'm not a big fan. I completely don't remember what happened. I didn't like this episode. Thought it was boring. The Cohorte episode and the way she got her powers was good. It was beautiful. Introducing a new world inside that puddle where it was powered by like the Tesseract. What if Hela found a 10 rings is a good episode. She changed her ways from being evil to good and went on a crusade to defeat every single evil thing in the universe. This 1600s episode, I know it's supposed to be somewhat of a loose adaptation from the comic version. It was good. It was amazing. The way that it, turned back to time is by Captain America stabbing the time stone and then reverting back in time. Everyone's like personality changed. Thor was like the king of like his kingdom. It's sad how Doctor Strange didn't change his ways from his episode. He was trying to gather every powerful being in order to revive his universe. But at the end, it was fun to see how those powerful beings gave their weapons to Captain Carter and Cohorte in order for them to defeat Doctor Strange. I know I'm putting a lot of episodes in A tier. It's just that I like What If. And this Meg episode was just so cool. A concept of Avengers forming up to make this Meg to just fight this big Hulk. And then the other Hulk coming back to help the Mech Avengers. The Agatha episode where she goes to Hollywood is good, but I don't think it's that good with the rest. It's cool that she could have had the ability for her to, be a Celestial, but I didn't know who the other guy was. I know he was an Eternal, but I never watched the Eternal movies, so I really was confused in this episode. I'm sorry. This Winter Soldier and Red Guardian episode was my favorite, but it wasn't as good as as the A tier ones. But this was like a buddy episode where they learned to like each other and they respect each other. They went across the US and Winter Soldier, I'm pretty sure he kept his memories, and the Red Guardian joined the Avengers, which is insane if this actually happened. And if we live in this universe. The Darcy and Howard the Duck episode is of course peak best episode out of the whole show. And of course, I'm joking, C tier. Maybe D tier, but I don't know, put it as C tier. Probably a little bit later. You can just avoid watching this. It's just a throwaway episode. What if the emergence happened? Well, no one asked for this. I didn't ask for it. I'm pretty sure no one asked for it. But seeing Riri Williams in this is cool, but I just want to show. This episode was boring. Why did we get a cowboy episode at the 3rd season, almost at the finale? Why? What if the Watcher disappeared? It's a good episode, but other than that, I don't know. All I remember is that they were trying to reach the 5th dimension. They tried to get Ultron's help. Captain Carter went. The only thing I liked about this was Storm being the goddess of thunder. What if, which is a great title for this episode, just was a great ending to the show, I'm assuming. Captain Carter sacrificed herself to reach Doctor Strange's home universe where he was able to limit their power, but that's pretty much it. Captain Carter died. Hope to see her in Doomsday. This is my tier list, which I know some people will debate over my opinions, But I don't care. I like this show, kind of. The third season was but I still thought it was enjoyable. Just waiting for the Fantastic Four to come out. Please. Please come out. Oh, and Brave New World, which I'm super excited for.